Yes, people, welcome back to our Thursday show, Rivals Lounge. No rumours today, but if you wanted Mbeumo or Mbeumo in your team, allegedly his price is going to cost around 60 million quid.
That's right. We're going to pay fucking over 80 million for Morgan Gibbs-White. Woo.
That's and yeah, what? Is that true? Is that
that's the rumours, isn't it?
The rumours. I was going to say
hope it isn't true.
Morgan Gibbs-White, you know. But I thought it was going to be a lot less. I thought that was actually banned when he said that.
If they get Champions League football, how are they going to let him go for any less than 80 million? I reckon they're going to try and hold out for fucking 100 million.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Wait, did you lot used to have him though?
Nah, never. That's Morgan Rogers.
Oh, Morgan Rogers, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
well, there's been
I wouldn't be as bothered if we get Morgan Rogers.
You know what? I heard it wrong. That's why when you said 80 million, you're complaining. I was like, what? For Morgan Rogers, you're moaning. But yeah.
Nah,
Morgan, 80 million for Morgan Rogers is not worth it.
Right, he English tax, innit?
Yeah, that's exactly.
He's not worth that money.
How much do you say he's worth?
Who? Morgan Gibbs-White?
Rogers, 60 million.
And Morgan Gibbs-White probably
40.
The same, maybe less. Yeah, 50.
I wouldn't even pay that.
40, 50, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, what's this? Liverpool have sent their... I saw this yesterday, to be fair. Liverpool sent their scouts several times to follow Morgan Rogers. Liverpool monitor his progress and keep an eye on developments.
That is mad. Mad time.
He would suit that like Szoboszlai kind of role that slot likes, in it, you know, ball carrier. But he wants someone that's got probably more goals in them. Do you know what I mean? That can probably link up, I suppose, a little bit of play. We got Bilbao versus Manchester United tonight. Make or break for me, innit?
Is it a draw?
Come on, Bilbao, please.
Oh, no, it's first leg. It's first leg.
First leg is away. We've also got Spurs versus Bodo Glimt. I'm pretty sure Sava's going to have a few things to say on that when he joins in. And then this whole FLORIAN Wirtz stuff is up and running again. All between Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and Man City.
Madrid aren't mentioned in it much, you know.
I saw it yesterday.
Oh, Madrid will be mentioned in
it. It's because the whole Xabi Alonso going to Real Madrid. It's gonna, and they've been following for a whole year. So I don't know who he replaces though. That's the only part for me. It's like, okay, who's he replacing then? Like, or where's he gonna fit into? Kind of the system.
Yeah, because they don't play for 10, innit? They don't really play for 10.
I say because this whole Rodrigo saga is because if he's going out, Xabi Alonso, I'm just gonna go what I've seen with Xabi Alonso's system.
Alonso's gonna change the system.
Yeah,
he might have Alonso picking up legs now.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, okay, if he goes to that little 2 formation, I don't know. The thing is, whichever way, it doesn't involve both Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe in the same side. I'll be honest. It's like one of them's gonna have to play on the right. Not one can just play up front. I don't see it anyways.
Do you think Madrid are willing to sacrifice either of those two though?
What is
Vinicius,
if anyone's gonna go,
Mbappe,
I don't think he will. But if one was to ever leave, it would probably be Vinny.
Yeah,
at the moment.
Vinny probably goes Saudi or something random like that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, maybe you're right. How old is Vinny now?
He's still young.
Still young, isn't he?
He is. He's 24.
24.
25.
24. That's insane. What?
I mean,
no. I thought it was a bit odd. I don't know why I thought it was old. 24. That's crazy. I feel like he's been around for so long.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, he's been around for a minute. To be fair.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's. I think if he's going to go anyway, it's going to be him. If they were to ever sell someone, but I don't think that's going to happen this summer.
No, I don't.
I don't know, but yeah, I saw this Wirtz's dad, isn't it? He's the one that's trying to push the Bayern Munich move. He must be a Bayern fan. Has to be. And also, he's German as well, obviously, isn't it?
Yeah, but I was thinking, I don't know about you lot, but how must them teams in Bundesliga feel? Like, you build your team, you win something, whatever, and then it's like, no matter what happens, them man up there, just, thank you, we'll take it.
But that's what we used to do.
Yeah, but
we done it. Thank for building Van Persie. We took him and won the league with him.
No, that's different. I don't do that.
Why is it different? Why are you any different to a Bayer Leverkusen in your?
I mean, they are now. But there was a period where you were hella Leverkusen-ish.
Yeah. What about
No, but who
Nasri
did
and
we read?
Clichy? They went to Man City.
did-
No,
I mean-
but I swear those were the times we had to do that selling one, wasn't it? So,
Yeah. Oh, that was the only reason. Yeah, that was the reason. You're
You
not
know
that
what I
now.
mean?
You're definitely
you
not
know,
that
but
now.
I think these teams in Bundesliga, they're in good places. It's like, yeah, thank you, we'll take you.
Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's because it's such a systematic kind of league, isn't it? Like it's I don't know, the art for defense is out the window there, in my opinion. I think everything's all technical and positional based.
And I think that's the one thing where I think so. Wirtz has said that he's impressed with the conversations he's had with Pep so far, and Pep's the way Pep has approached it. And I think the other thing that we have in our favour slightly, not over Madrid, over Bayern, is they don't want to sell to Bayern. Leverkusen don't really want to sell to Bayern. The other thing is, so Leverkusen's representatives have been over to our academy, not the academy, but to the academy to have meetings, and thereafter Ortega and McAtee. And that's what you just said. That I'm not saying, by the way, McAtee is not Wirtz level, right? But like you just said, their system,
Isn't it?
they know straight away that cool, we can I think they'll probably still make about 80 million in cash.
Yeah.
And get 2 players, and straight away, cool. They're just quids in because they've got McAtee to go in the system.
Well, I don't know if they'd rip up the system. If a new manager comes in,
Yeah,
and
true.
flipping.
Very true.
But the thing is, you can play multiple positions. Whether it's I think McAtee goes up to a Bundesliga and that just rips out.
Yeah, so
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think he'd be in his element.
Yeah, comfy in that position. Just free balls galore. Yeah, he'll be ripping out.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, I think so as well, unfortunately. But it's one of them ones where, although I like McAtee and I would like him to stay, if McAtee is our kind of reason for Leverkusen to do business with us, then we've got to let him go. Do you know what I mean? You can't hold off Wirtz for McAtee ever.
Yeah.
And Phil Jones, just wait and see, bro, because I'm sure you also said that fucking Haaland wasn't coming to City as well. So there's been quite a few players that everyone would say don't come City, and they've ended up there. So let's wait and see.
Yeah. Where do you think he will end up anyways, Matt?
Wirtz.
Wirtz. What do you think is the best place and environment for him?
You got to think.
Considering if Xabi Alonso goes...
Probably Bayern.
Yeah, probably is fucking Bayern.
I think Bayern would be the best one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you're asking between City and Real Madrid, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's more tough.
Where does he play? Where does he play unaccompanied? Like, where does Musiala? Because the idea would probably be you want Musiala to be in this place. Does Musiala go on the left, or does Wirtz drop a little bit deeper?
Yeah, but then how do they do their midfield then? Because at the moment, I saw they do Kimmich, Goretzka, Sane, Musiala. Is it Coman or Gnabry on that side, and then Kane?
No, Elise.
No, Elise. Oh, have I forgot? Elise, sorry, as well in that team. So I don't know how they'll do that with Wirtz.
Yeah, I reckon Musiala goes probably on the left wing for a season, or Wirtz drops into like an 8 position and acts as like the playmaker. And
how do they play for Bayern? How do they play for Germany in the summer?
They played like 2 10s.
And then
Remember an
Havertz,
argument, and then Havertz was up front, or Füllkrug.
Yeah. I don't know, because I just don't want to see him go around Madrid and then I'm looking going, oh, why have you done that move, man? Like,
yeah,
I hate seeing stuff like that. And listen, I want players like that in the Prem. I want, when you want them superstars back in the Prem now, like it's about time you got that. And he's at a good age as well. But I think you'll probably go Bayern, stay there for a bit, and then maybe make the Prem move later on.
What's that? Chelsea maybe selling Lavia for offer 45 million comes this summer.
Do you know what? If they can sell him for 45 million, they've done well.
Oh, good luck getting.
How much did they pay for him?
For 60 million.
Yeah, but if they paid 60 million and he's been there 2 seasons and probably played like 10 games, then to be fair, they've done all right.
Listen, them man know they need Champions League. No one's talking about that enough, They need Champions League football. The amount of money they've been splashing. Same as Spurs. Spurs are in the same position. Spurs are broke. They're broke already in terms of like for their summer window. If they don't win, mostly Europa League, they put pressure on themselves. These lot.
Well, why would Spurs be broke? They're one of the most profitable clubs.
No. But I was reading this thing about what's his name now? There's a guy.
If anything, they don't spend enough.
No, but
you're Sam McGill.
Something I can't remember what the whole thing is, but it's something to do with they banked on, and the positions get you a certain amount of money. So the outlay that they had with Solanke and all of this and that. If they don't get, obviously Europe, you don't get paid, and then they've got to sell, do what we did. Remember when Arsenal moved to Emirates, we had to sell more than one player per season. I think that's where Spurs going to be at. So it'll be like Romero gone and whoever. But this is the thing, sometimes this is why I always look back and I go, we've got to actually appreciate what Arsene Wenger did. Like, I know we can laugh about Arsenal, I hear it, but what he did to every year, no matter what year, apart from the one gets in Champions League, he saved us, bro. Like, honestly.
Yeah, he did, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I think in hindsight as well, when he left to a certain extent, you kind of saw that it wasn't Wenger. It was where the club was at the time, right? Because it's realistically, it was only once the stadium was paid off that you able, and now you are spending money again. So it took a while. I don't know, man. Well, I think the whole thing is that people say Wenger protected the board, but that's his job, isn't it? You don't go in your job and start slagging your managers. So
I think Arsenal changed when Dean left, because we had
100%.
You know what I mean? We had Peter Hillwood, Dean, Ken Fryer, their man at the top. When that all kind of switched over, you could tell.
Do you know what? It's the same everywhere. Like it doesn't get spoke on enough. But with you, like it was Wenger, Dean. With them, like it was Fergie and Gill.
Okay. Oh, David Gill.
It was Gill, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Gill left just before Fergie left, right?
Basically, same time.
Yeah. And then even if you look at Liverpool at their best, were under Edwards, right? It was Klopp and Edwards, right? When Edwards left, realistically, Liverpool dropped off.
Yeah,
Edward, and it's no coincidence, Edwards is back and they fucking won the league again, right? And that's where a little bit with me, I hope Viana's good, and because Tiki was the Pepe was and Tiki's left now or leaving in the summer. So, but it's always that when clubs are running at their best, it's when they've got a manager that's elite and a director of football, a chairman that is elite.
I agree, because at that time I remember Arsenal and United, it was the Gill and Dean. They were pinnacle. Them two, they're bosses. Like even in the meetings, people will be like, they're the ones that come in. They're the ones everyone waits for. So they were absolute dons at what they did, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting summer, man. Like I say, like every other day, like it's always some sort of new report. There's some sort of like new a name that's somehow been linked to a certain company. Like, wait, where's that come from? Kind of thing. It's because of summer. It's been so bad last summer.
Yeah,
not for me as much, because I had a few decent signings in my eyes,
we did.
and more developments than the next club. It's like I look at everybody else and I'm thinking, bro, like, I'm anticipating everyone's going to make at least 4+ signings for their side.
Sammy Lee's come out today.
Man City are going to make 5 signings allegedly. I saw that. I read that as well. Arsenal allegedly going to make about 3-4 signings. Liverpool going to make about 4-5 signings.
I've seen that on Liverpool.
Man United's going to have to make a bunch. Tottenham, well, we'll see about that. And then obviously, like Newcastle want quite a few signings. Like everyone's going to be active. But have you not noticed that everyone's active in some way, interested in the same fucking players? Like, you know what I mean? Like Rodrigo, for instance, we talked about it last night. Rodrigo is gonna be hot property if he ain't gonna get this new contract he wants.
Right. But this is the point, bro, where you hope that the teams that are rivaling don't do well in the end of season. So, for example, but it's true though, isn't it? It's like, when we went for Declan Rice, people might not agree with me, but I have this belief that had Chelsea have made Champions League that season, they would have gone in for it. They would have been in a race, but straight away, it was like, nah, Man City, Arsenal, well, I'll go to Arsenal. It's like, now United, if they win Europa, players
do you think he would have, if Chelsea went in for him, if it was you and Chelsea going at it, do you think he would have ended up at Chelsea?
I think he would have deeply thought about that, and I think there was a chance he could have. Arsenal fans would probably disagree with me, but I just think, when they say, like, my parents supported this and that, I hear it, but there's that affection. He grew up, he played in the academy, was it? Or
For years he had some mad, like, I remember their fan base were absolutely obsessed with.
Do you remember? And they were like, he can do the centre back role, he can be this and
Mountain Rice. It was literally like they were obsessed with it.
Stop. So when they didn't finish in Europe, I went Champions League. All right, cool.
I just think if Chelsea would have gone for him, the other thing is that, whereas ultimately Rice wanted Arsenal, yeah, but also Arsenal wanted Rice more than City wanted Rice at that point. Yeah, that's why we one bid, and then when you came in with another, City were like, "No, it's all right. We're not going to pay that much." Now, in hindsight, fucking hell, I wish we got him even more. But I think if it was Chelsea, just Chelsea don't like losing in fucking.
Chelsea,
They don't lose in transfer races.
Do you remember this once? Top Chelsea or top Blues, Mount Rice Gallagher.
Oh, please, that Brexit midfield. I mean, listen,
that midfield. Imagine.
If Rice went to Chelsea, he'd be giving Liverpool the Guard of Honor. So at least he wouldn't be. Oh wait, no, we'll still be giving us the Guard of Honor. But he would have been doing it in the Chelsea shirt. You know what I'm saying? So
can you imagine?
But you know what? There's anyone deep though. There's anyone deep that had City have got him. No, just imagine. That's not fair, bro.
You don't know if his development would have been the same because obviously,
yeah, true. That's true.
You don't know if his development would have been the same. He's still a top player. But
top player.
He would have played. He would have played at City. He would. I mean, the amount we were paying for him, he would have played. But you are right. I think it was the right move.
I think it would have been funny because the one season Calvin Phillips actually leaves because he was actually as bad as he is in terms of what he bought to Man City for the price and you know how well he was doing at Leeds, even got the England call ups and whatnot. I find it hilarious that the fact that he actually left, he like officially, you know how he had a few loans, he officially left. The season where he actually would have got.
Hold on, I don't think he's left yet.
No, he's not even on loan.
Is he on loan still?
No way. He must have.
No, I'm 99% certain we didn't sold Calvin Phillips yet.
Are we still attached to the team? Fair enough, but you know what I mean. It's the fact that he's not there.
He wouldn't have got any game time, bro.
The thing is, he's your only. But the thing is, he's
no, bro. He wouldn't have got any.
Oh wow,
yeah. But hold on. But you're acting like Pep does like for likes, bro. Like we've had midfielders all season that have been playing fullback when we've needed midfielders.
Again, and that's one of the dumbest things. As I said, again, you see the whole Pep playing Mateus Nunes right wing back. That's one of the dumbest things he's ever done.
I hear you, Monts. However, actually, in hindsight, most of if you go and look at Nunes's performances at right back, most of his performances at right back have been at the back end of the season and have been good.
I just think he doesn't offer. He doesn't defend well. He doesn't offer too much going forward. He's just kind of good for.
Oh, you haven't watched this. You haven't watched this the last 10 games.
I watched.
No, you haven't.
I watched.
Nunes offer much going forward the last 10 games.
Been good
He's been one of our most creative players.
But I'm talking when I say he doesn't offer much going forward. I'm talking about in general because I watch Man City and when I look at Nunes, I go, bro, like I understand the whole inverted footed winger has kind of been a thing now. So you don't have many we have like Rafinha who plays on the left and is left footed. Rodrigo as well. Rodrigo does it as well on the right. But I feel like the way City play, when he gets the ball in the final third, he has to kind of cut back because he doesn't really take on his man. So he's good when it comes to keeping it ticking and maybe swinging it around the box when City get to that phase. But I think he just, you
ain't watched this recently. Start of the season, I agree with you. You ain't watched this recently, bro. He's changed mad amount.
I watched you lot recently. I watched it. I watched
I don't know. If you don't think he's offering much, then
I watched the game against City, against Palace. I watched your semi-final. I watched like the last 3 or 4 games.
What and he hasn't offered anything really going forward now.
Not nothing, but I feel like if you had an actual wing,
he's been one of our most creative players in the last 4, 5, 6 games.
For me, like like the standard that he's showing is like what he probably should have done when he first come in, kind of thing, or should have been already. This
or in his position, or actually in his position.
Yeah.
That's the most frustrating.
Be played in his position.
But the problem is
he's not smart enough. Not intelligent enough.
The truth is, we fucked up. Well, we didn't fuck up. I think we had no choice. I think pretty much Walker probably told the club, "I'm going, to save my marriage. I'm gone." Right, but when Walker went, we were in a fucked position because, we've got Rico Lewis is not a right back. And by the way, in the semi-final, he actually showed he is a fucking midfielder, right? So he ain't a right back. Akanji's been out for months. We ain't got no right backs. So it's shit. And that is down to the club. The club fucking, I don't know how we could have resolved that. But I mean, our 2 most creative players have been our fullbacks that aren't fullbacks in the last 10 games. That's where we are. So that's why we need to get busy in the summer, man. Mad busy. But Calvin Phillips, we wouldn't have started. Calvin Phillips would not. That's the mad thing. Even when we needed a DM, he still wouldn't have started.
I remember that one
That's
time.
great.
Do you remember?
That's just sometimes that's what's wrong with football, man. You got to like for like play. It's all about the system sometimes, or not what suits some of the players. Like play the player in their position and see what you get.
Yeah, but you know what happened? You know what happened last.
Man are quick to play a centre back, right wing back than play a CDM.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is though? You know what it is though, share.
But at the same time, once when you say what are we doing, but when it is a manager that's like won 7 of the last 9 leagues, then you can kind of go, all right,
yeah. Like I'm not saying Pep's washed because of it. I'm just saying that there's decisions of his that I'll still look at. He's not like immune to like.
Definitely not this season.
Well, Calvin Phillips don't help himself though.
For me, with Calvin Phillips this season,
his confidence is gone, man.
If I was Pep this season, I would have literally
even that
said,
West Ham he weren't great.
No, it was awful. Bro, someone said to me the other day, and I think they're spot on.
He doesn't even.
He should have gone to Italy. Yeah, he shouldn't have gone to another Premier League team. Yeah. Like he should have just gone somewhere that's slow. But if I was Pep this season, I would have actually said with how everyone was waltzing through our midfield, I would have said to Calvin Phillips, do you know what? You're going to start in the 6, and I don't want you to do anything like Rodri does. Fuck the system and what I taught you about the system. Just be a dog in the middle, right? And that would have helped, didn't it?
Yeah, maybe. But the thing is, every time, I'm not being funny. Every time I've seen this guy got given opportunity under youth, Southampton,
that was
in Carabao Cup quarterfinals. He was the reason why they lost.
Yeah,
he played in a Premier League game, and the first thing he does, pass backwards, and he gets intercepted. This was 2 seasons ago as well. He conceded. He goes to West Ham. He gets a run of games, bro. He gets a red card, and he's also given away a goal and a penalty. They're all in the same game.
Definitely out of his depth.
I don't think he's in. By the looks of reports, and I don't want to kill him a little bit, but he looks like he doesn't maintain a professional fitness,
bro,
to a standard.
Can you not remember that was where the whole issue started?
He didn't want to lose weight.
We brought him in to be covered for Rodri.
Yeah.
Right, and then him and Rodri, he was injured from the start of the season. He got fit just in time for the World Cup in Qatar, right?
Yeah.
Him and Rodri both went off to the World Cup. Rodri played every game. Calvin Phillips didn't play at all. And then when they reported back after the World Cup, the plan was that Rodri was going to need a break and Calvin Phillips come in. He turned up overweight. Bro, he hadn't been playing for England. He'd just been there fucking eating the buffets, right? and from that point, I know Pep was just like, your mentality is not right. This is your chance, You've been injured, that's fine, we get that. But you've got your fitness back to just go and get overweight. What is the point?
Yeah.
So
there you go.
I didn't know he was still on loan. It's funny because
I think he is.
He's at Ipswich. He's at Ipswich.
Is he?
He's even playing.
He went to Ipswich and he's not even starting.
Nah.
Right. I think what saddens me about him, and I'm sure you all remember. Do you remember that season with Leeds? Mate, he was bossing it.
By himself. He was literally left by himself as well.
Doing his thing. And then I remember it got so big. Do you remember he was doing an interview with Ian Wright about his nan, and all of that, talking about Leeds is this for me and that. And I thought, this guy, I want him. Now I'm watching him. I'm like, but you know what? Confidence is a hell of a drug.
Fact.
In football, Jack, I remember, what was the guy you used to have back in the day? Michael Johnson, bro.
Oh, bro.
Let me tell you,
Baller.
That guy. I remember that season I went, this guy's the closest to a lot of these I've been watching. What? And then that was it. So
he was cold, man. But that's the thing. One injury, and then that was it. His mental health just went.
Yeah.
But now with Leeds coming back,
they'll take him back.
Yeah,
but wait.
I think City will terminate his contract and let him go on free as well.
Is Phillips going back just because he's a Leeds boy, or has Leeds outgrown Calvin Phillips now?
They've definitely outgrown him, but would they take him back? Because I don't even know what their midfield is now. Anyway,
I don't know what it is, but I mean,
I really could see City allowing him to
I'm not being funny
because he's probably got 2 years left on his contract as well.
That time after the Euros, he was better for me. He was better than Declan Rice when Declan Rice was very young. Do you remember they were quite youngish? But obviously my man was a lot older than him. But I was like, Phillips is cold. Phillips is cold. Why are we not playing Foden when he had this Eminem haircut? Like all of that. I'm thinking, bro, what are we doing? I remember watching Croatia. I'm thinking Calvin is a bad boy. But I don't know what's happened with him, to be fair.
But Calvin Phillips probably suited that England team, innit? And that England setup.
Yeah, because it was more rugged, didn't
fucking defend, basically. Score a goal and defend.
Michael, where does Rodrigo end up? In my opinion, Liverpool or Man City.
I can't see us going in for a winger.
Yeah.
I think I would. We had a discussion last night, and I would say Arsenal would be absolutely stupid not to go in.
agreed.
If you've got money this summer, you got Andrea Berta as your flipping sporting director, who likes. He's not afraid to splash the cash if available on a player. He's one of them guys.
I think Arsenal.
He has to be, because if I'm going to say this shit, if Gyökeres is half the price of what you think Isak is off. He's not going nowhere. Yeah. You're gonna. What is 65 million in today's market really? And
is that what Rodrigo would cost?
No, Gyökeres basically. That's the verbal agreement.
We're out here talking 80 million for Morgan Gibbs White.
What are we doing? Rodrigo is a Champions League winner. You know what I mean? He's a detrimental part to football.
How much do you think?
I think teams should be looking at teams should really be looking at Hobbs and Shaw.
I said that, yeah, but you didn't hear. They want apparently 60 million for Mbumo.
Minor.
You know what? See,
I said I'm having Vissa. I want Vissa.
No, much just went onto the topic, but quickly before we get to what this one said, I was going to say about Rodrigo. I believe if Arsenal signed him, he would bring us the Alexis Sanchez effect.
Yeah,
you remember when Alexis Sanchez first come? You know, and this is
I used this comparison before.
You know what I mean? Yes, we beat Real Madrid. We beat Real Madrid, cool. But you know where someone comes from that level of Champions League, and you bring him. I don't want to say down because Arsenal fans are going to go mad at me. You know what I mean? But to the level
you got to remember that Arsenal were a worse team, so the Alexis Sanchez effect was amplified. As Arsenal,
true, very true. I feel like
so the effect won't be nowhere near as impactful.
No, but look, so you don't think he'll come and kind of like raise the ceiling a bit?
I'm big up Rodrigo, but he's not better than that version of Alexis as well.
No.
But you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I feel like it's similar as far as when you say that. So Sanchez was going from that Barca to Arsenal, yeah? And the drop then from that Barca to Arsenal, like Mont said, it was bigger than the drop from Real Madrid right now to Arsenal, yeah? In a way. But I think although it might be a drop, he will come in at the moment. Both of them were not the main man at the club they're at, yeah? And the minute they go to Arsenal, they become the main man. And then they can thrive a little bit because now it's like, right, cool. Now it is about me. The system is going to be that little bit more based on what I can do and not based on me providing for other people, if you know what I mean. So I think it would make sense to Arsenal. And how much do you think they'd want for him?
Rodrigo, 80 to 100, easily. They want to revamp their midfield. Their defense, and they want to revamp a little. Like they want Wirtz, for instance. Not going to be funny. You're going to need some money.
Yeah.
Even Real Madrid. I already saw a report that Real Madrid ain't going to have as much money as people think they do this summer.
Karen, talk about them two you're talking about because listen, them man ain't get respect at Brentford. You know what they're doing there. They're mocking it. They're mocking it,
bro. You see Hobbs and Shaw in it. Like you see Mbuemo. Yeah, 60 million for Mbuemo. That is a steal, man. That's a steal. He's 25. He's scoring.
Proven.
Like, what more do you want? I understand. You look at the right wing profile and you go, cool, Salah, Saka, Arsenal, and Liverpool probably got their hands tied. But any other team should be looking at them. 100%. 100%.
I want Vissa.
There's a lack of goal scoring wingers. There's a lack of goal scoring wingers in general. So Mbuemo is like gold dust in this day and age. And Wissa is someone who
got a year left on his contract. He's got a year left on his contract.
Is it?
Yeah, Wissa is someone who I think teams should be looking at. I mean, he'll probably end up going to maybe like a Forest. Should they finish in the Champions League? I think Wissa deserves to play in the Champions League. I think he deserves a shot.
He's cold. He's so good, man. If I was Tottenham, I'd be looking at these lot.
Wissa and Mateta are two players who I think deserve a move, as well as like a Mateus Cunha. Like outside of Cunha, I think those are two players that I think definitely deserve some form of move. Obviously, that's not saying they won't move; they will move and whatnot. But yeah, man, those players are definitely knocking on the door, in my opinion.
If you're Spurs, I'm looking at Mbumo 100 million%. Yeah, for one, that right wing spot it needs a little revamp. Both wings need a revamp, and that left wing, I think, don't get me wrong, there's a decent amount out there that you could probably go and acquire and say, you know what, you could probably do me a better job than what's out there at the moment.
Well, is it me? Yeah.
I mean, do you know who there? If there is a left winger, kind of tennis left winger that you might want to look at is Brian Zaragoza. I don't know if you don't know about him. He is like,
what is he playing again?
Technically like Brian Zaragoza. He come from Bayern's academy.
Okay.
Nah, I never heard of him.
You never heard of him, man?
Nah.
Yeah, he's doing well this year, but he's like 23 now.
Mm.
Where is he, Monts? Where is he?
He's in La Liga.
Oh, right, okay.
It sounds like a player that's in a league, isn't it?
Yeah, when I heard the name,
I'm thinking Bayern with Zaragoza.
Yeah,
do you know what?
yeah.
I'll be honest. You see, when you say Tottenham, I think.
Oh, is he on loan? He's on loan. Well, I forget. He's still a Bayern player. I forget I said anything.
Right,
still a Bayern player.
Do you know
someone
what?
said he's on loan? He's at Osasuna, in it, but he's but bro, you man, go look at him. Go look at him. He's a player. I think he's kind of a player that I think if you're like, I think he'll do well at quite a lot of teams. He's crazy. Do you know what? When I first saw him, saw him when Spurs played Bayern in a pre-season game, and he didn't score a goal. His finishing was rubbish, but everything else about his game was absolutely unreal. Like he looked like one of them La Masia youths that were like, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was crazy.
Do you know what?
Yeah. Oh, go on.
When players are linked, so Sav has joined at the perfect time here. When players are linked with players that I like, yeah, and that I feel deserve a move, like Grealish is one as an example. I feel like Grealish needs a move so that he can get back to the old Grealish and whatever. And Mbeumo, I think Mbeumo is a great player. I'd like to see him go somewhere and get a chance. When they're linked with teams like Tottenham, I just think, nah, don't do that because you're not.
Welcome, Sav. Welcome.
So now, and I'm not saying this because Sav, I was trying to say it before Sav got it, but I just think, now don't go there because he's not like.
Just a quick one. Sorry, just quick. You know, on Mbeumo, you know, we're talking about teams that suit him. I think the one team that I think will bid for, I think Newcastle.
They're hot on his trail at the moment.
It feels like the perfect move. Like, are you mad? Him and Isaac, God forbid.
And Gordon or
Gordon
Barnes.
on the left. Oh my word! St. James is going to be peak. Them three.
Yeah. But so you lot still sniffing around Gordon, or is that out the window now?
He signed a new contract, no?
Oh, did he sign a new contract?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
So, all right then. So, does anyone think there's any chance
that
maybe Barnes
was true,
might?
That was true, though.
Yeah, you were in for him, I know. But then, do you think Barnes will continue to? He probably will. To be fair, I think most players at Newcastle.
Barnes is on hot fire at the moment.
Yeah, Barnes. He's in red hot form.
I love Barnes.
His finishing so underrated, isn't it? He's mad underrated with his finishing, without a doubt.
That's a Spurs winger there, Barnes.
Nah. By the way, smash the like button, people. There's loads of you in here, so if you haven't double checked, the fun button, if you're on light mode, dark mode, you should either look like me, Sava, or Daps, or if not, you should look like Deji Monts and obviously Matt. So either way, hit the fun button.
It is hot, man.
Yeah,
fucking hell, that is.
You look like you're directly under the sun, bro.
Yeah, we've got a skylight right above us and bifold doors all around us. We're literally frying in it.
What 5 big players coming to the Premier League this summer? I think Gyökeres is nailed on.
Who to?
Arsenal. I still think he goes Arsenal. I don't know who else, to be fair. You're going to say Wirtz, maybe.
I do think Wirtz comes to City, yeah, but we'll see.
What do you think, Seba?
Yeah, I think Wirtz will go City. I think Gyökeres, God, I hate it if he goes Arsenal, but I think he is going to go to Arsenal. I think it's about time someone like Buena came over. Maybe the Athletic Bilbao playmaker, Sanchez.
He's injured at the moment. Thank fuck.
He scores a lot of goals as well. I definitely take a look at him. I think Johnny Cardoso will come to someone from Real Betis.
Decent. Tidy Agate.
Yeah, there's a lot of good players out there that will
he's going to you, innit? He's going to go to you, boys, innit? You've got a whole 25 million option on him.
Yeah. That was our deadline day deal. Was an option on a player, so that was good fun. That was Daniel Levy at his best. Don't worry, we've not bought anyone, but we could if we want to. But yeah, listen, there's loads of good players. I prefer watching the other leagues to the Premier League. There's so many good talented players about. Go and watch the German league. The Italian league's getting stronger and stronger. There's loads of good footballers out there that I'd like to see come over to the league. And I think you're right as well, by the way. And Mbeumo would absolutely fit Newcastle like a glove, wouldn't it? If you had Gordon left and Mbeumo right and Isak through the middle, and then backup players like Barnes,
Murphy.
Murphy, and then I think they need another striker. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
Wilson's
think
on his
They
way
need
out.
another centre back as well because Botman's fitness is.
They're still looking. They're still looking at Gay.
Yeah,
though,
he's
innit?
been out a lot, you know, Botman,
They're
isn't
still
he?
looking at Gay.
That's
But I don't
how
know.
good they've been without to really
Yeah,
have not
yeah,
have
when he
Botman
did
for the
that.
time they've had.
Because Botman,
I tell you,
Botman last
if
season
goes
was,
there, that's a big coup. If they can get Guehi at centre half, I think,
facts.
for me, I think there's going to be a huge fight this year for Guehi, and I'm talking about Chelsea. I'm talking about I think Villa. I think Liverpool. I think there's going to be a lot of clubs looking at this guy that need a centre back. He ticks every box, and he's.
You not rating that highly?
Well,
I
I'm
think
not
he's
going
I
to.
don't.
I tell you
He's
what,
good.
if all them clubs are in for him, and he's English, Crystal Palace are literally like
Madness.
Oh, for sure.
I don't see what the difference. You see with like the Newcastle thing, What's so mad about them getting Mbuemo and Guehi? That's like 120 million, and your windows. That's already an 8 out of 10 window.
That's cold.
Yeah,
It's already in it.
That's already your 8 out of 10 window. You can go and get a
I
centre
reckon-
mid that probably is going to cost you 20 mil from a foreign league.
Right.
Any
Yeah.
centre mid, because no one's really going to break into that midfield three they've got already. So you go and get maybe a centre mid that can maybe come in and do a job, but just make sure if they go and get Guehi, even if they went and got like Braithwaite and Mbuemo, even if they went and got Housing
Boy.
and Mbuemo,
Yeah.
like it's still a very good.
Well, that's it.
They're
Newcastle's
looking at Hazard, isn't it?
because Newcastle probably have what we're going to say a core of 14, 15 players that
I
we
tell you
would
who they
say
should go and get.
they up their
Romero.
squad that little bit more. Yeah, They
Romero,
get their
yeah.
squad- Oh, Romero would suit Newcastle. You know.
Imagine
Sorry,
that.
Trav, I'm
think he
sorry.
would.
I'm sorry.
I don't
but
think he's not disciplined enough for Eddie Howe. He's not
Yeah,
disciplined.
true.
You reckon?
Yeah,
He's
true.
He's not
true.
disciplined.
You reckon?
Listen, he's one of those on his day, and that's my worst. It's my worst cliche
Yeah, I
in
hate that
football.
saying that on his
'Cause
day saying.
When you have to say on his day, it means that they're not consistent, right?
Yeah.
You know, when we talk about Yamal, for example, no one says on his day he's really good. We just go, God, he's good, right? Romero on his day is superb. Romero not on his day is an absolute calamity. And I think that, let's be fair, he suits Atletico Madrid down to a T. Doesn't he? Like, you think Simeone seems like he's buying up the whole of that
Whole of
Argentina team,
Argentina.
doesn't
Yeah.
he? He's buying all the Argentinian
literally,
team.
Literally.
And
But I swear, who's that guy you defend with? The Uruguayan guy, the rough one as well, Jimenez.
Oh, Jimenez.
Oh my God,
He's brilliant.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
He's brilliant. Yeah, I
used to buy
don't.
For Monday, even not buy.
Listen, Romero. If Spurs, by the way, if Spurs don't make the Champions League, because like it's Champions League or bust, right, for us. If Spurs don't make Champions League, he'll be the first one out the door to make money for the summer.
Yeah,
He'll be the
definitely.
first one out the door to make money for the summer. He'll have to be. So he will go to I don't see him in the Premier League. I think he's got foreign club written.
Well, how
all
much
over.
are we talking? Because Romero, I'll take him for a good price.
65 if you're lucky, I think.
Yeah, maybe not
He's
then.
got 2 years left.
Yeah, Cass isn't shopping in the well, Cass is shopping in Temu.
Yeah, I'm shopping for Jonathan Tars for free, man.
Well, literally.
You know what Mansell was saying about Newcastle 8 out of 10 winner? I think the one thing they're lacking, you lot might agree. I think they need a new goalkeeper, you know.
Who's that?
They are Trafford.
yeah,
I believe Trafford. I believe Trafford's nailed on there, isn't he?
See,
Trafford's-
that could work because when I look at Pope here, I don't know, he's very rigid. Reminds me of Fraser Forrester. Very like when he's on a ball, it is.
Yeah,
big,
it's wild, isn't it?
you know what I
He's
mean?
done well. When I remember making reviews on them, I'll say, you know what? Big up to like Nick Pope. And I had a couple of Newcastle fans, no, he's not good. And I'm thinking, like, what? I'm like, last few games, he's been one of your better players.
I think we have seen a few mistakes from him, but
Yeah.
I from what I've heard,
Did he buy a new goalkeeper?
From what I'm,
Vlado, the
yeah,
Greek,
they
the
did
Greek
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Oh,
But hold on.
Romanian.
They
That
brought
was
him in.
Forrest, no?
Was that Forrest?
That was Forrest, I think, because remember they bought
Yeah, might
three
be.
keepers like Matt Turner.
Yeah, it was
White.
Forest. They did it
Remember?
something to do with FFP, wasn't it? They did it for that
Yeah.
reason. But from what I've heard, they're nailed on to get James Trafford, and
Good
I think
keeper.
that's
Good
probably. I think
keeper.
that's the move that James Trafford
That's
needs
what
to
I-
make if he wants to kind of push himself
Yeah.
into an England, into
Him as
kind of,
well.
and especially with the how old is This Is England?
Pickford.
Yeah,
He's what, 30? About 30 now?
Sorry.
30 years
This
old?
is England.
Well, he looked when he has his hair slicked back, he looks
Yeah,
like
he
a
does.
little kid off of This Is
Yeah,
England.
Yeah, he's about 30.
yeah.
Pickford's about 30 years old.
Yeah, 30. Yeah, no, so for a keeper, he's still not that old.
I think he'll be a good keeper for United, you know.
Who?
Trafford. I want
Yeah, he
Trafford.
can't go fucking anywhere near that club.
Oh, fuck off. No.
Has what?
T-Rex. I don't want T-Rex arms at my arm. No, man. I've already got Banana, man.
But Trafford's been unreal at Burnley.
I've got an
this season
overweight
as well.
goalkeeper in net. I don't want someone with short arms now. I've got 2 deficiencies going on.
He's been terrible when he has.
He's
Banana.
fucking. He's cheeks, man.
Like,
He does.
like-
You know what? For every 5 things he does
Terrible.
right, I know I'm getting a howler. A howler's inevitable. And if the howler's been done in the game, I'm like, yes, the bozo's over. No, it's not. There's another one incoming. There's
Actually,
another one
Do you
incoming.
know what? We need to see if there's actually
Does
you can
my
take a
head in.
bet
I've
on
never known a
Onana
goalkeeper
Howler.
to dive so. He dives so early, like. And you know, he used to do that for us when he was in the net, and he thought he should get another chance. Was Dean Henderson? He does the same thing.
I
Or
remember,
used to do the
do
same thing.
you know when I knew Dean Henderson was cooked? Do you remember
When he
Salah
moved-
was
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
when
And he
Salah
moved out
was
the
cooked?
whole goal.
I was like, what?
He's like, you're making the goal bigger. You're meant to make it smaller. Come out the fucking goal. But yeah, we got Europa League tonight, don't we, Sav? So it's going to be interesting.
yeah, man, it's the big boys. It's the big boys playing tonight. Forget Milan versus Barcelona. It's all
yeah.
about
Yeah.
Tottenham versus
Yamal
Bodo.
Dembele to who?
Who are you playing, Sava?
We got Bodo Glimt from Norway.
They haven't lost. They haven't lost in 2 years at home in their home, by the way, at their home. But they're away today, so
Yeah, they're dreadful away, but at home they've got like a 8,500 seater stadium, plastic pitch, and it's like minus.
You're in the
Whatever
you're in
it
the
is,
Europa
it's like
League.
the
You are in
Arctic
the Europa
Circle,
League,
so-
isn't it? You're not. This isn't the conference, is it? This is the Europa League.
It is the Europa League, but yeah, but the thing is, you've got to remember this is the first year that the Champions League teams don't drop down.
Ah,
So,
of course.
This is listen, Daps, if you said to me, right, Tottenham Hotspur are going to have the run we've had and then have Bodo in the semi-final to reach a European final, I'm biting your hand off for it because we've had to do nothing to get here. We've done nothing to get here, right? If Bodo Glimt knock out this Tottenham team, which I don't think they will, it would go down as another Spursy event. But I don't
And this
think
is
we
a
will.
semi, isn't it? This is a semi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they're
this is
missing
semi-final.
their 3 best players are suspended tonight, by the way. Their 3 best players are suspended tonight.
Sorry, could you tell us who their 3 best players are, please?
Yeah, so they've got Berg in midfield. He's quality, by
What,
the way. if anyone
Henningberg?
watches him. No, definitely not Henningberg. How old are you?
He actually, when we played him, he fucking bossed us.
Yeah, he's a quality player. He conducts the orchestra. So, yeah, 3 of them got yellows against Lazio in the away leg, missing this leg, and they've got 3 first-team players injured on top of that as well. So, you know, when you talk about like stars aligning, it's all working out
Hawksman knows
very
about that.
nicely for Ange, and there's no excuse. There's zero excuse. He's got to get to the final. Got
If
to.
you not get to the final, and I swear down, I said this, we need a Tottenham Man United final, yeah?
Yes,
We need
please,
that.
please.
I will watch that. I'm not invested in watching United or Tottenham or watching the
Should we
Europa
go
League.
Bilbao if it
That,
happens? You fancy getting on a cheeky little easy jet out to Bilbao?
Oh, fucking, if I get, I even meant to get a ticket to that game.
You don't need a ticket. Just get over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just be over
Go
there.
on.
Man.
It's
We'll do a
mid-
live
European
stream from
awards.
outside the stadium. Be epic, man.
Where is
Sounds
it?
like Saeed when he didn't get access to the
Bilbao.
Barcelona stadium.
Oh, it's in Bilbao.
yeah.
Hold on. And are you not playing Bilbao?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're playing them today.
Oh, so if Bilbao win, it's at their
So
gap.
if Bilbao win the finals at their stadium, and they've got the best defense in Spain, haven't they? Bilbao
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, but they ain't got no Sanchez.
Their
He's
fans are
injured.
pretty wild as well.
So
from
Williams-
as far as-
Williams-
as far as-
He's
as far
injured.
as Spanish
Williams-
fans go.
He's got a thigh injury. He's fucked.
Is Williams back, Kaz?
Yeah, Williams is back, but he's just been deemed fit. That's it.
I can't lie. Spurs'
Not that I
first
care
trophy
about that, to
comes
be
with
honest.
your hands, Cass. Then fucking hell.
I'm not
I-
gonna lie.
do you know what?
wouldn't mind.
Just for the banter, that would be amazing. But
Yeah,
I've
it
got
would.
this feeling, right? We've beaten Man United 3 times this season. You just know if we get them a 4th time in a final, you just know we're going to go full on Dr. Tottenham. You just know it. You know we know it's happening.
Yeah,
No,
and that's why we love it. That's why, Cass, you love it. You love results. Yeah, you love what a result is a win-win either way for YouTube.
Well,
Yeah? And
yeah.
Tottenham v Man United is a win for YouTube, no matter what.
Whichever way I
no
look
matter
at it,
what.
yeah.
But this will be the best chance we've ever had to win a trophy. This is honestly the hardest team we've played is Frankfurt. And by the way, look at Frankfurt's form pre-Marmouche and post-Marmouche. It's like two different football clubs. We've got Bodo Glimt who don't win away from home, right? And we've got what Man United who are as bad as us, or I mean Bilbao are the worry, right? Bilbao are the worry because it's their ground.
Yeah.
But if we can't even win this, you've just got to fold the club. Just turn it into a Formula One place. I don't know. Turn it into an event stadium, and
you know, Sav, you know what though? I know what you're saying about Bodo. I watched them against Roma, and they shocked me. In that away tie, they look. I know they had their better players, but they look good. I was like, wow. Like,
who's that?
Bodo.
Yeah, listen, they're good. Do you know what they've got as well? Do you know what they've got, right? And this is what I was looking at yesterday
as well, man.
So 2 years ago, Bodo knocked out Ange's Celtic.
Yeah.
5-1 on aggregate. So this is a manager.
They smashed up Mourinho's Roma, by the way.
Yeah.
But he knows Ange's tactics, and we took all the screenshots the other day of those tactics against Bodo, and it was exactly the same kind of defensive stuff as he does now. So look, I'll be embarrassed if we don't get through. I think we get to the final, and then we'll take it from there.
I'm winning anyway, so it don't really matter how it goes.
Is Mont still alive?
Bilbao we're gonna definitely beat Bilbao.
We're talking about teams in Europe now.
We
don't do Europe anymore.
Can I say that louder, please? I need to hear that again.
I said I'm winning regardless. Imagine a pressure moment, and I'm putting Tottenham into a pressure moment. Who's gonna do it better, Man United or Spurs?
Mont, remember this, Shab.
Oh boy!
I remember everything, Cass. Don't worry, I remember everything Cass says. Trust me.
To be fair, he's going to say this probably a lot over the next couple of weeks. Where are you tonight? Home or away?
We're away, thank fuck.
So second leg at home. I don't know if that's an advantage or not for you.
That's an advantage for everyone else. Man United are crap.
Yeah. Do I have your permission as the owner of this channel? Can I clip that 1 minute of you there and put that on my own channel today?
Of course.
Perfect. I just want to leave it. I want to leave it. I want to see how much abuse you get from the Spurs fans, and just leave it simmering there. That's what
you said you only deal with facts. Spurs and pressure moments equals loss.
Mate, listen, I've seen the only real pressure moments I've seen Spurs come through since I've been alive would be the 91 FA. Well, obviously the times we won was the 91 FA Cup. And that was an own goal, pressure moment from Des Walker, if anyone remembers Des Walker.
With Gazza injured. Yeah, I was speaking with a Forest fan about that game on the way down to the semi-final at the weekend, actually.
Top centre-half, by the way, Des Walker, for anyone who's not old enough to remember.
Unbelievable, yeah.
We then won the 99 League Cup final with a diving header in the last minute by Alan Nilsson. And then we won the 2008, which was a Jonathan Woodgate header against a good Chelsea.
This guy flexing 3 trophies. He's like, yeah, Tottenham fan, 3
I know,
trophies.
yeah, we're balling, mate. All three trophies in the last 33 years. Yeah, balling.
There's Tottenham fans watching this going, what? Hold on. I ain't had none of this.
All I'm saying, I don't know about you, but as an Arsenal fan, I'm sorry. I cannot deal with Spurs winning a Europa. You must be out your damn mind. I promise you.
They're not those, so don't worry.
Please, Kaz, I promise you, I don't mind United because United have got something about them. But you seem to hear Spurs go, but what have you won in Europe?
Months, you see what's cooking up here?
They could do that now.
You see what's cooking up here? By the end of May, we could potentially have Spurs dunking on Man United and Arsenal.
Oh,
bro, how about this?
Okay.
Everyone can, like, the thing is, you kind of have to win a trophy because the way everyone could win a trophy still is a bit mad. Like, if Arsenal don't turn around their tie against PSG, like Man City could win a trophy, and it could be Man United or Tottenham could win a trophy. Remember, it's just on paper. It's a 50% chance.
We could win 2, by the way. We could still win 2.
What's the other one?
Club World Cup.
Fucking hell, man.
Oh yeah.
So Spurs,
lot of
so
money in that
Spurs could
competition.
achieve the same this season as Arsenal, which is qualifying for the
Same,
Champions
more.
League.
That's more.
Or everyone could win. Or Arsenal
Chelsea
win
could
the
win
champs.
too. Chelsea could still win too. Club World Cup.
Chelsea,
Europa League Conference.
Chelsea,
Conference.
We're not
Chelsea.
counting that.
Don't even
The
mention
Interbozo Cup.
They're winning the Europa League Conference, though. They are, aren't they?
No,
No,
we don't know that. We don't know that.
Real
We
Betis
don't
are
know
good,
that.
you know.
I think they're
Real
winning.
Betis are good.
I think they're
We
winning.
don't know
They
that.
won't win the Club
Betis
World
are
Cup.
not.
I think they'll
Betis
win
are
that.
no scrubs.
Yeah, true.
I think Betis beat Chelsea. You know, no,
I
genuinely.
think
the bottom line
I
is,
got a
yeah,
feeling as
Chelsea,
well.
yeah, maybe current Chelsea, the way they're performing.
The
at
bottom
moment.
line is there's a lot more at stake in this Europa League.
Struggle to get some Polish.
But just because of all the trophies everyone else can win.
But do you know what? Can I come at it from a different angle? And sorry to be this guy, but for Spurs, I think it could be the same at United, but I don't think to the same level as Spurs. And I know we're not accountants, but the financial repercussions for Tottenham not making Champions League are absolutely huge, right? As much as I hate Ange, I've fully got to get behind this guy to win this trophy, because if we don't, this will be the fourth season, I believe, with no Champions League football. And you've got to remember, this stadium and the debts against it were built with that sort of revenue in mind. We'll then have to start selling a few of our better players, the likes of Kulusevski and Romero, just to be able to do anything in the transfer market, right? It's going to be huge. Then what manager will we be able to attract if we're not in Europe? This is huge. The repercussions for not winning this are huge.
That's why I want to see that, Sava. That's why I want to see you lose.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. But look, do you know what? I was just arguing on my channel just now with some people in the chat that were like saying, Sava, what, you hate this manager? Why do you want him to win it? And I'm like, I might hate the manager, but I've been Spurs for 4 decades, right? The well-being of Tottenham moving forward for me has to trump my feelings of this manager.
But not just that, bro. Like, do you know what sums that up? Yeah, this world of everyone being more eager to be right than actually get what they want. Yeah, like, you can not like the manager. You can say this manager's poor, but you still want your club to win a fucking trophy. You don't want to be like, ideally, Sava, you'd love to come on the show and go, I was wrong. We fucking won a trophy. I was wrong. I mean, you won't say you're wrong because you're still right about the manager. But it's fine to be wrong sometimes if it means you get what you want. It's like this world where we all have to be right.
The win-win for me is Spurs win the Europa League, and Levy still lets him go and brings in, I mean, can debate this all day long, someone like a Xavi Hernandez, you know, and he brings somebody in that takes us into the Champions League that can coach.
Do you think that might happen? Win-win for me. Because I can imagine if you win it, there will be do we keep him now? But I would imagine
I don't think they will.
Possibly he'd walk anyway. Do you think he'd walk anyway?
I don't think he'd walk. Listen, you've got to remember, right? 2 things. First of all, Tottenham this season, at the moment, compared to last season, are £37 million down on Premier League revenue from finishing 5th versus 17th.
Few more confidence and that's sorted.
That Daniel Levy does not. This is what Daniel Levy does. He's a very shrewd businessman, right? And also, all the arguing with the fans, all the arguing with the media, right? It's just, I think Daniel, my puppy has just bitten through my bloody charger. What a little git.
Is he still alive, by the way? Oh.
Look at that. Unbelievable.
Hold on, was it plugged in?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Unbelievable. So I think Daniel Levy will let him go regardless. But listen, if he gets to the final and wins it, fair play to him. I just think he's a dreadful manager.
They're dreadful.
What they're on?
156.
Oh, that is shit.
Could you imagine a Bilbao Bodo Glimt final?
Please.
A Bodo Glimt Bilbao final.
No. I can imagine Bodo Glimt getting there, but not Bilbao.
Kaz, man. Kaz. Oh, man.
Nah, I just can't see
Kaz
it.
blocked me.
You, ain't you?
Yeah, when Sanchez, if you've seen Sanchez
What
play,
are you blocked in?
Kaz has blocked me, bro. And I can't chat to him. Man.
What?
Yeah, on Twitter. I've got him
Oh,
muted.
on Twitter or muted? Blocked or muted?
Muted.
Yeah, bro.
Does anyone see no English teams winning any European competitions?
No,
Nah. But an English team has to win the Europa League for me.
Yeah,
but it will need to come from outside the big tournament, because those teams have really let us down in the big tournament, haven't they?
I can't lie.
No, it's true. We have.
I don't think. I think Tottenham could beat Man United in a final. I don't think Tottenham could beat Bilbao in a final at their own ground. Yeah, at their own ground. I just can't see that happening.
I just think the winner comes from a United game. Like whoever wins United.
Let's be real, Chelsea.
And for Arsenal, by the way,
you're such a hater. You're such a hater.
I wasn't on any shows yesterday. What's everyone's take on Arsenal? I still think Arsenal can qualify.
No,
it's half time, man. It's half time. They can definitely turn the tie around. I think that Barcola miss might come back to bite PSG.
Yeah,
because PSG is still a bit sus from, like, even though they were better than Arsenal, PSG is still sus from set pieces. The call to goal was offside, but that is a warning. That was a warning sign. And Declan Rice, I know he didn't bag his customary free kicks, so he didn't have a world-class man of the match performance because of the set pieces. But they're gonna have to step up in the field.
They'll have Party back, right? And
and he's gonna have to be the difference.
And I know that we lost. I know that we lost at PSG 4-2, but we went 2-0 up. So it does show that you can go there. And I think if Arsenal go there and score one,
we beat them 1-0 at their ground, even though we lost on penalties. It's possible.
Even in the second leg, Liverpool with PSG, you've got to be clinical. I'm telling you,
we hit the post. Yeah, 2 shots off the line,
and one thing
apparently we got battered in that second leg, though. That's the narrative. We got battered in that second leg.
But who cares what happened in the second leg, bro? You're going to PSG, where everyone struggles.
Bro,
hang on. One said, people said, as well, oh, your fan base, but we already beat them earlier this season. Look what happened.
No, but
you can't try and spin one narrative to suit another, bro.
But let me answer for the real.
You lot are out of your depth.
Let me answer for the real Arsenal fans. We beat PSG in the early stages. Yes, they had no Dembele, no Cavarac, whatever his name is, right?
And Fabian Ruiz on the bench.
Yeah, never played whatever. Cool. We know the PSG now. We know the PSG knocked at Liverpool. Liverpool played in the second leg, had chance after chance, didn't put them away. Cool. PSG went through. That front three, unbelievable. Midfield, blend is perfect. Vitinha, Ruiz. You can't in terms of physicality, you can outdo them. Technically on the ball, they love it.
You got told that last game.
What?
Is Timber going to be all right? Is Timber going to be all right?
I don't know what they're going to do with Timber. I genuinely don't know. First leg,
Can I tell you what Timber's been so good this year, but it was poor.
No, but you know what? I've got to admit that level, and I think the problem with Arsenal as well, we turn these games into this. Oh, like I was watching it before thinking, chill, man. Like, what's that saying? Oh, act like we ain't been there before. But you know what I'm saying? Like, act like you've played the big game. And then they're telling me the big Tifo is going to come out. I'm thinking, boy, I can't wait to see this year.
I'll be honest with you,
like, what?
I gave you so much. Right, and when I say you, I don't just mean on the pitch, also the fans off the pitch. That game against Real Madrid, it was like your fans were the 12th man, 100%. And look what happened, bro. That game, it did. I'm not saying this is it, but it did feel in that semi-final against PSG that literally you thought, well, we've beat Real Madrid now, so fucking we don't need to be the 12th man with the boys.
What I said to Hooks the other day, I said, because at the moment, anytime I speak to an Arsenal fan, all they can say is about Real Madrid. But anyone who watches La Liga will tell you this Real Madrid team is not it. This Real Madrid team is not good to watch. They don't keep the ball. They rely on the front three having moments. I said to Hooks, the difference will be when you play PSG, they are a team that want the football. They are a team that are well drilled, well coached. Their midfield three know how to dominate or how to sit back and sit in. Going to their ground as well, I think it's just too much for you lot to do because they should be clear from the chances they had for me in that leg. At the end there, the 2 chances they had at the end, they should be clear. And for me, what you've got that they haven't is Arteta. And what I mean by that is Enrique is a world-class coach. Arteta, for me, just absolutely rabbit in headlights, got the team wrong, substitutions wrong, don't think he knew what to do. I gave it to you against Real Madrid. I said, I can see you beating Real Madrid. I can't see you beating PSG. No. I think they're superior to you at everything. I think they're superior.
I think the other thing as well with this is
with, like I said, Real Madrid, that first leg, yeah, your fans were the 12th man, right? That against PSG, you weren't. Now, when you go to PSG, I'm telling you now, yeah, their fans are the 12th man. And you got to remember, yeah, however much you lot wanted it against Madrid, yeah, how much you wanted it in that game, these lot want a second Champions League final badly, really fucking badly. These PSG fans can feel it at the moment. So that place is going to be rocking, yeah. I think he still could do it. Like I said, it's only 1-0. I was wishing it was an away goal in that game, but I can't see it.
No, you know what? I agree with you all. I think at the same time, like, I'm not one of them going, oh yeah, because Real Madrid, whatever. I know they ain't been the best this season. PSG are the first team that have come to them, and I thought, wow, like, they smashed us midfield, everything. However, we know how football works. You miss your chances, you miss your chances, you miss your chances. The PSG, as we said, Barcola, Ramos, 2 goals up, I would have said, game, set, match, finished. You never know. And what I'm saying by that, let's say, for example, as an example, 0-0 halftime, we score 1 after halftime. Suddenly it's 1-1 on aggregate. Yeah. Then it's like PSG are like, right, cool, we want to bomb forward, but like, right, these men, and we know how football works. When you can see that 1 goal, it happened with Lyon when Man United played them. When they scored that 1 goal, suddenly Lyon are like, right, all right, cool, it's a bit different now. Tactics out the window, anything can happen. However, yeah, we've left a lot to do. But I feel like we always had to score at their stadium, no matter what. That was always going to be the case. However, the difference is we've got to come out now because we're behind.
Yeah. By the way, Leverkusen has signed Ibrahim Mazar from Hertha Berlin, who practically plays in Wirtz's position.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's going. It's just where. I saw someone say in the chat earlier that they thought he might stay. I don't think there's a chance in hell he stays.
Just quickly as well, just in addition to the Arsenal thing, I was saying before about our Inter, I thought that Inter were the favourites, and people thought I was a bit mad. But all I want to say is, Yamal. Like, I'm sorry, what I saw yesterday, 7. You know what? I was thinking to myself at work yesterday. I was like, what was I doing at 17?
Do you know, I just remembered he's only 17, you know. I actually forgot that. Fucking
and then I was thinking, do you remember when I was trying to download from that LimeWire and that, like 17 years old, bro?
No, hold on. What were you trying to download from LimeWire?
No, music, bro. Music.
Oh, right, okay, fair
music,
enough.
Music.
Right.
It didn't come out as music, you know the one. But, but you know, like, when you see what he does, and it's like, you can make a plan for him. But, bro, and he's doing it to DeMarco, Barella,
seasoned. Do you know what it is as well? Do you know what? When I just saw you say 17, and I think someone said it in the chat, that last summer, in the Euros, there was the hype of the fact that he was a 16-year-old, and that was it. And basically, I guess for anyone that doesn't like myself that doesn't watch La Liga, we're just going with the we're just going with the he's a mint 16-year-old, right? But then, how good he's been this season, makes you forget the fact that last summer we were like, he's quality for a 16-year-old. Now he's just quality, So when you say 17, it's like, fucking hell, I forgot. We're putting him up there as one of the best players in the world. I completely forgot he's only 17 years old. That's mad. That is mad. I'm not being funny. And when you say it against seasoned Italian players in a semi-final, is fucking mad. Like,
what he was doing to DeMarco and Bastoni had a tough time.
Mad. And do you know when he had my respect? Who was it? France they played with Rabiot and them tried to say something, and he went, wait, and he's banged in the goal, and then they won afterwards.
His goal yesterday, Yamal's goal yesterday was nice. I see a lot of Barcelona. They like to cross the ball to the back post quite a lot as well. Which I was like, why do they keep doing this? They got Lewandowski on the pitch, but what's it called? I was gonna say, see Arsenal, you lot. I'm not being funny.
There we go, Cass. Go on.
You struggled against PSG, but if you're coming up against that, and you lot had the arrogance to say, "Bring me Barcelona," let alone Inter Milan, you lot are in for a fucking and a one-off game if you got to a final. Allow it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Listen, let me talk.
I don't want to listen. You've done a lot of talking this shit trying to troll me, but you don't troll yourself.
Listen, you muted me on X, so let me talk now. I'm talking in there. We're talking, right?
You are in for another treat.
I said already, for me, Inter are the one I don't want in the final. I don't want Inter in the final.
Barcelona are gonna cook you, bro.
No, but listen to what I'm saying. When you look at Champions League, and Dax will probably agree, Man City was the same thing. Quarter-final, it's a progression. You get to the final, you learn from it, you do what you do. I think Inter at the point, it was 3-3 yesterday, they'll go, you know what? We can do this at home, you know. And if they get to the final, they'll feel ultra confident. I'm looking at that.
I've been saying this, yeah. If you look at your path to the final, look at our path to the final when we won it, right? We played a Bayern Munich that, you know, we could play that 2023 City football against and beat them 4-0, right, at home. Then we played Real Madrid. Again, we could play that City football, beat them 3-0 at home, went through. And it's like, cool, we need to give you the shithouse Italian final boss, yeah? Because if you and it's a different test on the players. It's like, cool, we know you can play good football, but this is to win your first Champions League like it was for us. So we're going to give you a shithouse and see how much your players actually fucking want it, because it's not going to be the same style of football. You're going to have to dig deeper. And I don't know, it seems mad that you may well get the same team again. And bro, like if you look at us against Inter, we scraped over the line against them in that Champions League final. 100% we did.
Let's be real. Chelsea slapping Batiste in the European final. They have European heritage. 2 Champions League, 2 Europa Leagues.
I'll just say, I think I just feel like
that's overrated.
I just feel like, I'm not saying you, but I think a lot of Arsenal fans, right, just went a little bit too. They almost celebrated Madrid like it was the time.
They almost.
I'm being hang on. I'm being polite. You know, I'm being polite, right? And I'm watching all these shows, and I'm just seeing people going, apology, receipt, apology, and I just remember thinking to myself, there's a long way to go. Like. Yeah. There's a long way to go. For me, win it, then do what you've got. You know, if you're an Agal, for example, I like Agal, he's funny. But if you're go on a stream and ask for your apologies when your captain is doing that with the trophy, not because you beat Real Madrid. And by the way, Real Madrid are about to have a year where they don't win anything. This Madrid team is gone. Do
you know what? I think on Big Six, Steve said to I think it was it Miles? I think he said, like, he was saying how great the result was, but he said, but now, like, you've got to go and get the job done now, right? Otherwise, it's all for nothing.
It doesn't mean
it's all for nothing. And Miles were like, no, we don't. But it's like, no, you do, because us, like, in years to come, whether it be next season or in 10 years' time, do you want to talk about that one time that you beat Real Madrid over 2 legs, or do you want to talk about lifting a Champions League? Right? Exactly. Which do you want to talk about? And
I want to talk about lifting. Obviously, I've seen it.
By the way, if you lift it, you then get to talk about lifting it, and on the route there, beating Real Madrid home and away. But if you don't do that,
you know what? I've been through seeing us. We drew to Real Madrid at home and then beat them away the last time. Been there, done it, whatever. I want to win it. However, I'm not fickle. I said before the start of the season, I want to see progression in Europe. All this quarterfinal, last 16 was pissing me off. We're in a semi-final now, right? There's a way to lose a game. If we go to PSG and we get smoked and absolutely battered, I'm coming on here going, I'm not having it. I'll be vexed. Yeah. If we go there, put in a fight, you lose, right? Cool, you lose games. I go, you know what? You did your thing, got to a semi. We're not going to win a trophy, but you got to deal with, I don't know, whether Tottenham win or United. Suck it up. But next season, you come again. Because it's your chance to go, you know what?
It's a learning thing as well, Bo.
Yeah, you know, you've got to use people as benchmarks. We look at PSG front three, and we go, wow. You look at Arsenal front three, you're like, Moreno, Saka, left.
Do you know what it is? It's that because with the Real Madrid result, is that you got to give credit, and I gave you a lot of credit for winning. I gave you a lot of credit for winning that game, because I think anyone else who beat Real Madrid would have deserved that credit, whether that's City, anyone, innit? But there's giving someone credit for the game and then saying they're going to win the whole thing. I don't think there are many rival fans saying you're going to win the whole thing, but it definitely did boost. It put you in the conversation. I don't think Arsenal were ever really in the conversation. Beating Real Madrid put you in the conversation.
It put you in. Cool. You can.
Yeah. Like it's possible. That's what I'm saying. They're now in the conversation. You can't. No one can say they got no chance of winning it. Put them in the conversation. But now you kind of look at it, and everyone's kind of. I feel like most people are on the same page when we say, "Cool." Heritage-wise, he probably done the hardest job, but at the same time, styles make fights. And this is the thing about the Champions League. PSG might not have any heritage. But guess what? They're a completely different challenge that Arsenal have suffered from in the it's the same type of challenge that we've seen Arsenal suffer from in the Champions League in the Premier League many times. How many draws have you got in the league this season? Do you know what I'm saying? for silly reasons. I feel like a game like the game that you played in the Emirates, it was almost like a Premier League game at times. The way you guys, you were moving the ball side to side, no bite, no guile, no nothing in your nothing to show that there was any sort of urgency. Maybe bar the 2 chances that I feel like Donnarumma made 2 very good saves. So I feel like you got to go back to your ways and kind of, being up for the game. Maybe because again, an early goal silences the crowd, but
Yeah.
there was no urgency in that game. I couldn't believe it. It's the biggest game in the Emirates era, and there was no urgency.
Yeah.
How?
And now I think in that second leg, that's where it's difficult now, because I'm sure, right, in an ideal world, Arsenal definitely will want an early goal, right? However, you don't want to go flying out the blocks because they could pick you off. We know PSG could, if you come flying out the box, they could pick you off, and you go a goal behind in that opening 20 minutes. Long day, long day.
It's still 1-0 on aggregate, and you've got
and Party's back.
5 minutes left, and you man are playing out the back.
No. I think you know what though. I think Leicester
vibes against you lot months when it was for fucking to save Leicester vibes. Remember when you played Leicester the other week and they had to win?
They had to win, and they're playing up from the back in the 85th minute.
Yeah.
No, but I just think. Look, I think this one we're gonna play. We've got to change it up a bit. I'd rather go all out and go. You know what? We tried. It's PSG. PSG are a quality side. We see what they've got. Just go for it. Nothing to lose. Like,
well, we'll see what happens there. But
people you live tonight, Cass? After this?
Yep. Got a watch long, and then I've got a stupid fucking review that I might hate, but we'll see.
I watch along. I need to look into that watch along, man.
No, you don't. Yo, I just,
you do.
If I see you,
the only way you shouldn't lock on is if he unblocks you, right? Because you need to be able to contact him so you can get in the watch along.
No, because if I see you in the chat, I just block you. I just like remove guy from. Do you know what I mean? I don't need none of you fuckers.
It's all right. I'll bring my phone down and hand it to him.
Go on.
But anyways, subscribe to everyone. Make sure you check out Back of the Net podcast where you find Matt talking more shit. You got Sava. He's not just
Matt's the most polite Arsenal fan.
No, he's not.
And you talk to him like this.
Like, you know what I mean? Like months. Wait. Months. Do I give you any grief? I don't do anything.
Because you can't.
No. I'm saying in general. I don't come saying anything to anyone.
In general, you can't give. You want nothing in 5 years. You can't give me any grief.
Mate, even you're being rude. This is a nice Arsenal fan.
What have I done?
What has he done? What do I not know about this guy? Apart from LimeWire.
Hang on. You've been sitting here talking about how you don't want my club to do anything. So I'm not gonna stick up for you, am I? I'm with Monts on this one. I'm with Monts.
Fucking hell. All right, well, fuck you.
Well, but yeah, exactly. Because the thing is, Daps, yeah, he could be like this to you on screen, but off screen is a whole other contest, mate.
I don't do anything.
Well, so that would tell me that he's one of the realest people in YouTube, then.
You know what I mean? We got Savage. He's got Football Heritage TV Plus. It's not Tottenham related, really. So if anyone wants to go check out, Sava talking maybe some facts or whatever.
You did a watch long, Sava.
He's definitely did a watch long though. Yeah.
I've got two to watch, man. I'm gonna have
Nah. Then we got Big Six Bants as well, which will be live later on. Smash the likes on the way out. I think LB's live, so we're just gonna go raid LB.
You might as well play the LB. Oh no, you ain't got it. Never mind.
I do.
Which one?
That one.
Florian. Oh, art thou Florian? I believe you're looking for a new football club, my mate. Hey, England, Manchester, Etihad, this Stad will be playing Champions League football next year, my friend. Yeah, how about you take a little 2-2 Ryanair jet from Leverkusen over to Manchester. We'll get you a nice hotel stay. Little 2-2 medical, £300,000 a week. Couple bonuses thrown in there. 2-2 Ballon d'Or in a couple years. Champions League. Happy days. You want to go Bayern Munich. Little 2032 Bayern Munich driller. Happy days. We get the next up and coming star. How about it, Florian? Florian. How art thou, Florian? Smash the